Let's begin. It's the win. Listen, laugh, and learn and understand. Hope, believe that you can. It's the Women's Information Network. It's the win.
Welcome to the Win Show. We are so glad you joined us. I'm Paula Fellingham, CEO of the Women's Information Network, thewinonline.com. We're the online home for women of all ages, a community of women helping women. Our hosts are Heather Anderson, she's runner-up for Miss USA. Laura Lee Christensen is the Executive Vice President of the Win. And Kim Coles is an actress, a comedian, and a speaker. Our guest today is Debbye Cannon. She's the Win's Biz Mom mentor. She's the queen of smart cut tips that support women to organize and simplify their lives personally and in their business, so you can replace the guilty mommy feelings with confidence and productivity. She's got incredible energy, lots of ideas, and will undoubtedly give you some simply brilliant ideas to move you from surviving to thriving. We are so glad that you're with us.
Thanks, Paula.
What's the story behind what you do?
Well, actually, I started out being that biz mom that was struggling with the juggling, where you're trying to get a business going and keep that going. It's kind of like the plate juggler at the circus, and I was like, oh no, this one's going down, that one's going down, and it was running back and forth. And so I created a system that was really going to help me keep that stuff all together. And as I did that, my friends saw that I had something going on, and they said, you need to share it with us because we need it.
Yeah.
And so that's what started it.
Yes.
Okay, so share it with us. What are two or three of the most important things that you have on the subject?
I think the important thing is that you need to learn how to get rid of the clutter, because a lot of us have clutter, which is things that are no longer serving your age and stage. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not serviceable or it's trash. It may just need to go to somebody else because you've outlived it. And I think get in the present, live in the now, is one thing that you need to do. I think the other thing that's very, very helpful is to just realize that you need to block out some time to do the things that are important, because we can all get so sucked into just doing everything and everything for everybody. I look at my motherhood role as trying to create planned obsolescence, which is teaching other people to do things that I don't have to do at all. So I believe outsourcing begins at home, as one of my girlfriends said.
I like that. Delegate to your children.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's a great thing to do. If you're running a business from home, you need to get your home running with your business. So everything is really working in harmony.
So when our 12-year-old says, why do I have to do my own laundry? We just say, outsourcing begins at home.
My children actually started at 7. I do laundry with them the year they're 7, and from the age of 8 on, they're on their own. Don't talk to me about your dirty underwear.
Oh,
wow.
You're a better
See, my
woman.
husband actually begged my mother to let us do our own laundry because she bleached everything. We take out our favorite shirt and there were just white spots everywhere.
Oh, I'm still thinking about her comment of, I still have clothes from the 70s. Is this? But you know
No,
what?
they're coming
They're
back in
retro.
style.
They're retro.
They're back.
Maybe you can pull them out and wear them again.
Okay, well, that's my thought.
Now let's talk about time, space, and energy. We were talking a little bit before the show, and you said that you have amazing tips to help you streamline time, space, and energy. Let's talk about that.
I just think that time is so very important. It's the one commodity that you can't really earn more of. So you have to use what you've got. So I have several things that I do that are pretty simple. All of my tips are smart cuts. They're very simple things. And most of the people that work with me or read my materials say, I never thought of that before. It's just so easy. So one of the things that I really love to do is I use a timer. And I brought my
Light over here.
and a white timer with me here. I use a timer. Most people think it's for cooking your meals or your bread or something. I use it all kinds of places in my home and in my office. So for example, I would use it when I go to surf through my email or get on social networking. So I set a timer so I don't get sucked into email quicksand.
That is smart.
You know, you can lose 3 hours and all of a sudden the kids say,
easily.
it's time for lunch. Where have you been, Mom? So I use a timer. You can use it to set the timer so you can do your laundry without, letting it cook together in the dryer. So all kinds of things for the timer.
Now I have a handy tool here. What do we do with this?
This is a label maker. There's lots of them out on the market, and I don't have a particular preference, but it is one of my best tools, and I don't think any organized person would want to be without it, because you can organize things in your office. When things have a label on it, at least part of the time, your staff or your family knows where stuff
Where it
goes.
goes.
That's true.
So they tend to put it back. So a nice thing, I do something which some people would think is a little crazy, but I label the shelves and the bins in my refrigerator so that everybody knows the mustard goes here, the butter goes there. And it seems a little compulsive, but I don't stand there with the door open. I'm not looking for where are my
That's true.
leftovers.
Leftovers.
Didn't you say you even labeled some water bottles recently?
I do. I have house guests this weekend, and so I took my little label maker and put labels on their water bottles so that we're not using
efficient.
this.
That's
And it's ecological, you know.
Ecological, yes.
But it's
So that's they'll use the water bottle for the whole
amazing.
weekend.
It
Now
just-
I have this in front of me. What is this sheet of paper?
This is sort of a personal directory, and I just make a spreadsheet and I write my own phone book on this. And I keep one in my paper planner because I'm a visual person. I like a paper planner. Even though I have a lot of those numbers in my cell phone, sometimes your cell phone battery dies and you can't find the phone number, and it's faster to flip open my planner.
It is.
I have one in my kitchen so that everybody in my household knows the number for the electric company, the number
good
for
idea.
you know
That's
the
a very
beauty
good
shop.
idea.
I have one in my office. I just recently made one for my husband's office because he kept coming in my office and taking mine.
These are useful tips that you're like you said, would you call them smart?
Smart cuts. I've actually
cuts.
registered that as a trademark.
Good girl.
that.
Good,
Smart.
the smart
I love
cuts.
that.
I love that. So people coming to the Biz Mentors show, is that what it, what's the name of your show?
Biz Mom
Biz Mom
Show.
Mentor. Okay. That's the kind of thing they're going to get. Lots more of these. And
Lots more of smart cuts. Any way that you can systematize, or is that a word?
Trademark that one too.
You just need to create some systems because most women are looking for balance. And I really have a little soap opera thing going on this balance thing because you can't really maintain balance. Balance is kind of hard. If you picture yourself on a balance beam or a tightrope, it's stressful, it requires full focus. But if you think instead of trying, and you couldn't maintain that long term, but instead if you think of creating rhythm. Now rhythm is something as a woman, we are rhythmic, we are cyclical. You can create rhythm that will kind of keep the ball rolling, keep things going. That's back to that plate juggler thing, you know, you kind of get going with the rhythm on
So
there.
explain that. I love this idea. Explain it just a little bit more. What does it look
Well,
like on a day-to-day basis?
On a day-to-day basis, it would be creating something and doing it where you can replicate that work and you don't have to start over from ground zero. Sometimes it's creating something that's written down or figured out so that you can delegate it to somebody else.
So like your list, your telephone sheet would be an example. of
Right.
that.
So
it's a
people don't
time
have
saver.
to people don't have to come to me and ask me, you know, what's the account number, what's the phone number, who do we use for the plumber? They have it.
And even though it takes a little bit of time up front, it simplifies your life in the long run.
For sure. Other areas
Very
you can
good.
do that too?
I do it in my office with the work that I do when I have something that I do repeatedly. I write an e-zine, I write a blog. I have a system for that so that I don't have to write a new whole piece. You know, I can put it into the format and I can recycle it, repurpose it would be a common word. So I do it in my office. Then I also do it in my home, whether it's meal planning, grocery shopping, all those kinds of things that are just repetitive. I call them the stupid stuff. The stupid stuff. And the whole reason I started doing this was because women can do and have great talents and gifts. But if they're caught in the stupid stuff, they never can share it with the world.
Right.
That's
Wonderful.
really
These are
true.
fabulous
Yeah,
tips. This time has gone by so fast.
It
and
has,
we know
Paula.
the tip of the iceberg.
It
Yes.
is.
Thank you so much for joining us. We
You're
really
very welcome.
appreciate it.
Glad to
We
be here.
Thank you. We invite everyone to come to thewinonline.com, where you're always going to get solutions. You can share your good ideas and really connect with women worldwide. Now let's live joyfully with passion and purpose. Have a wonderful day.
It's the Women's Information Network. It's the win.